Ace Attorney. I know we're late. It's taking me a minute to be able to figure out the capture card was messing up. But it's okay. We fixed it. We fixed it. And you all know I am not alone.
Hello?
Is it really a stream without our co-host?
Yes.
Start playing your latest save. Do I have a save? No. We want to start fresh. I don't even remember the save, to be honest.
Wait, have you played this before? Because I don't remember if you have.
The last time I think I played like a little bit was a couple years ago.
Uh, yeah, it was probably from then.
I would have thought the save would have transferred over, but maybe it did. Lore.
Oh my, it's a lore.
Ooh. Did he do it? Do we think he did it?
I wonder.
We're gonna find out. 2nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of something defendants antechamber 5. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What? Oh, no, nothing. Xavier glares, murderer. Oh! I know he's not talking to us. Dot dot dot,
Wait,
sorry. Dot dot dot. Okay, that's his name. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it because I already know I'm probably gonna mess up, but that's his name. I'm a second.
Ryunosuke?
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure that says Ryunosuke.
We're gonna let him read the name.
Me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do the rest of the reading. You do the name. I'm a second year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. I'm sure. And now here I am awaiting my trial. That's enough. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. Yeah, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal, period.
Period.
So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities, look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. Oh? And yet I still seem to know better than you how a court officers should behave. A lot of reading.
Certainly is.
Right. What's his name?
Rinosuke.
Good job.
Anya.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. Oh. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. He's probably nervous, I'd imagine. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspaper these past few days. Has he? Me and a university professor murdered in cold blood by a student.
Oh no.
But obviously you didn't actually do it, did you? I don't think you did, but maybe he did. I don't know. Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent. Is he innocent? My best friend, also in his second year at UMD, but he's far more clever than I, a star student in fact. He's even a qualified, oh my gosh, lawyer. I wasn't finished reading that. Not that impressive. The very concept of a lawyer is only a few years old here in Japan anyway. Interesting. My qualifications don't mean much yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma, truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Are we getting a flashback? Yay, flashback! Congratulations! It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire, I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's city of London together. Only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. You in English class tomorrow then, partner. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. What happened? May I have a word? Ooh. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. Never mind that for now. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Is this? Who is he? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see, I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright, then I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Oh. This is awkward. If I may? Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant, I believe. Yes, that's right. Is Professor of Forensic Medicine, UMA University. Professor, I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. Maybe? As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? As I suspected, you were unaware of this. Yeah, kinda. I had a feeling you may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. But I don't understand why would the government do such a thing. The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permissions even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. Chat, I hate to tell y'all, but y'all might just have to read silently. I'm getting tired of reading out loud.
Oh my. We, our very favorite streamers giving us storytelling.
It's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot of reading. I'm not used to this.
We love listening to your pretty voice.
Gosh.
Oh,
Alright, time to hydrate and we'll go on.
oh my, we get to listen to your pretty voice even longer.
For now, when they actually get to the trial, I might just read. I didn't do it, I swear. We need to get Zero in here so he can narrate this one. I feel like he would
Yes.
be the perfect character.
Even your VTuber was having a drink.
You just saw it. I am not a murderer. I'm sure that's true, nevertheless. Darn you. Got me thrown off my game.
Me?
Yeah, you. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain meh. about today's trial. Sorry, what do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. Why? What are y'all planning? But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right. So, as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer it before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? I do not. Of course not. Oh, okay. Defendant. Oh, court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Alright, chat, y'all reading from here. I feel like I'm gonna have to concentrate. Discussions are to be cut short. But allow me to summarize. Must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Got it. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you. Anyway, damn.
Oh my.
Rude.
So rude.
This this is it. If the trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder.
Not murder.
And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on the unforgettable trial. Yay! My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. Bum bum bum. 22nd November, 9 a.m., Supreme Court of... Yep, Courtroom 2. Oh, he nervous. So this is a courtroom. Yeah, looks like it. Supreme Court of that word. Can't say it, not gonna try to say it. Oh, sorry, hiccups. No court in the land has more power. Really? I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. Oh, buddy, you might be screwed. How you gonna do that and then be, huh? Like, you don't know what you did.
What did I do?
You know what you did. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time, but for now, yeah, why? You need to concentrate. It's about to begin. I already don't like the guy. The court will now hear the trial of what's his name?
Oh. Ryunosuke Naru. Oh, I can't pronounce it, okay? Oh, no.
You were so close too. Well, you did better than I could have done, so good job. Good job, baby. You said I can't pronounce it, okay?
I gave up halfway through.
We'll just call him Ryu or something. Um, he did good. He did. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, there's one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy? Yeah. To be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Man, that's bad when both of us in here can't read. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Is it the question? Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer I do, wait and see. Well, you... Well, the guy did tell us to answer I do, so I guess we gotta go with I do. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will oh. Wasn't finished reading.
Neither was I.
Rude. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that we're gonna just call him Ryu. He is Ryu. Will be defending myself. You'll be what? What are you playing at, Ryu? Oh, is he mad? I'm sorry. Professor, we're gonna call him Miko, told me everything just now before the trial. We gotta make this easier for ourselves. We're giving them all nicknames. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. No, I didn't say that. You think I won't be able to get you off? No, didn't say that either. No, it's not that. Really, it's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Oh. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Miko shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well, I don't like him. I can feel it already. I don't like him. Does the accused admit defeat already, renouncing his own counsel, really? Objection! Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naru-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. So much reading. And
Why so much?
this is the only form of ASMR y'all are ever getting. Enjoy it.
Yes.
In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. I don't like you. As you are no doubt aware... Huh?
Oh, I was just gonna say he kind of looks ignorant.
He does. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naru? Yes, Your Excellency. My Excellency? That seems a bit, like, up there. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. Come on, Ryu, have some faith in yourself. So let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Me.
Hey.
Ryu. Let me guess, your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. Oh my gosh.
So much reading.
What do you mean? I'm the one doing the reading.
But still, there's so much reading.
Now you see why we only stream this every once in a while. It's It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of R. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. Is it? Alright, alright, R. R. I'm never doing that again, chat. Alright, people. Okay. I'm not gonna read that because that's not part of the dialogue. Oh, wait a minute, I wasn't able to read it. I'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. I wasn't able to read it. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press X. To present, try now. But he's not here. Was this him? Oh, John H. Wilson. 47, the victim of this case. He was a visiting professor of medicine from the British Empire. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Don't like him. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Can we get rid of him? Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yuma University 3 years ago. Wow. Indeed. Which is the reason why this case has profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. Spilt? Okay. That's probably proper English and I just don't know. You two are both undergraduates of the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education? Have you no honor? Get out. But I didn't do it? Yeah, because that's what they all say. I didn't do it.
Neither
This...
did I.
You know what? I think you did do it. You did.
Me?
I think you did it.
Oh no. Not me.
I think you did it. It's the only explanation.
It must be.
Must be. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the side of the world. Larry did it. He did it.
Oh no.
The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to the matter. Got you. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. Oh no.
No.
And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. The horror. So that's why this trial has these unusual Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. Chat, y'all are gonna see me raging because I can't pronounce words. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yeah, I know you're laughing back there too.
Who, me?
You.
I was just gonna say, if you wanted me to try to say it, you could ask me to.
Alright, what's his name again?
Huh? Who?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. You know what's crazy? At this point, this channel really has become both of our channels.
Oh, really?
Because you're always here. So at this point, I'm not complaining or anything. It's just like at this point, it's like both our channels.
Oh my.
I'm gonna get you a little model so you can go in the corner. And when you talk, it lights up. But Nash.
I'm a PNG on your stream now?
Yeah, we're gonna make you a PNG. We're gonna put you in a little panda in the corner.
Oh my.
Or a monkey, since you seem to like monkeys too recently.
Monkey.
Monkey!
Monkey.
But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. You were? You admit it. You never admit things. Oh, flashback. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea, after all. Oh, we already read this part. I'm not reading something we've already read earlier. Sorry. Saving my breath.
Yeah.
Good thing I have my water. We're gonna need it.
Good thing I have my girlfriend.
You need your water too, though. Gotta hydrate.
Don't worry, we can share the water.
Okay, here, have a sip.
Look, 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 look.
In British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. ... Wait. Wait, what? I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still I should go and say hello. Don't do it! It's a trap! So I went over to the professor's table. Hello, awesome people. And happy. Good luck and have fun. Thank you. Welcome in, by the way. I hope your day's been good. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Why are we telling the story like this? Just get it out. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, defendant Naru. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death. Well, obviously that was, he doesn't remember that either. You. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed by evidence. Thing. Ooh, homemade tacos? Yummy! Did you bring enough for everybody? We share around here. By evidence? But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now. Okay, jeez, I'll do it now. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by a loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Okay. Well, according to this, these games really should be narrated. Or not narrated, voice acted. I guess that's technically the same thing. According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to a gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Who are you calling an imbecile? I know he ain't talking to me.
Definitely talking about me.
No comment at this time.
No comment at this time.
No comment at this time. Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to... Ew, I don't like that word dissects. Don't use that. I don't like that. Ugh. Corpses. I don't like the word corpses either. Ew. To identify the cause.
Husband. He was a famous tuber. Wait. Yeah, tuber.
I know, but when you have the word dissects corpses together, it doesn't go very well. No. To identify the cause of death in an autopsy. I mean, why dissect? That makes it sound like you're in science class or something. You're dissecting something. Well, I guess technically, if we want to be technical. No, I don't want to be technical. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Interesting. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. You're probably going to be tested on it later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. It clearly discerns scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. Huh. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Okay. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. Photograph a victim. He was shot from the front in the chest and subsequently died. Okay. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. What year did this take place? Did we see that in the beginning?
I don't mean it is.
I can't remember if it did or didn't. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail's incredible. Well, yeah, it's a photo. Gonna be a little better than a drawing. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Okay, chat. Here we go.
Wait, that was only the tutorial.
Yeah. Certainly, Your Excellency. I told you it's going to be a lot of reading, and I don't know if I'm here for it. So without further ado, in order to better appraise the court, the court with the facts of the case. I'm going to... Thank you for the bits.
Oh my biddies!
Y'all see why I keep him around, don't you?
Me?
You? This is going to be epicness. Yes, it is. We are gonna get some criminals. Indeed, he's cool. He is cool. Very cool. The prosecution hereby calls its for. Don't be rude. Say thank you.
But my biddies.
You... The prosecution hereby calls its first witness. I can't take you seriously. Who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened? We haven't even got to our first witness yet. We gotta at least get through the first witness. This is it then. Don't worry about it. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? Do you mean Dr. Miko? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... What doesn't it mean? Well, I can still act as your assistant. Oh? Of course. When he was speaking to me before, he simply said, Kazuma must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Oh, he can't be that bad. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Oh, that headband's cool. Oh? What are you laughing at? What did you do?
What if I show up to your house wearing that headband?
With it blowing in the wind?
Yes.
Go for it. Witness.
Heard me like, who's this crazy lunatic?
Larry! Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. I don't know these names. Of course, my name is Satoru. Satoru. You're Satoru, period. I'm the head waiter at a Western style restaurant called La Carnival. You got a little something there, sir. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, yeah, blood. Suspicious. It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Are you sure? Well, it really, really should. Agreed. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some 2 years ago. It became a very fashionable district, now full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. Yeah, some type of eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Will you kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident? Alright, this is where we gotta pay attention, chat. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. I think I'm already seeing a the lunchtime rush was over. There were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. It was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. The gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. Standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on, let me clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. Ew, I don't like his voice. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. Oh my gosh. But that's not very professional. The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant. Don't worry, Ryu. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today. Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table. But didn't he just say That there was 3 other people? That's not right. And I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello. There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Interject, wait and see. I think he should probably interject. Interject. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Gosh. Dear me, what are we going to do with you? Shut up. With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, the smear student, is not a real lawyer after all? What do you think? But I'm sure of what I saw. Is there any chance you were mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. Sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. Alright, I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. That doesn't prove anything. Well, you're clearly a very... waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course, here why doesn't he want to hand it over? What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. Waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. So, the court has now heard a precise of the case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. Bring it on, buddy. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you...
I wonder.
What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. No, you're not. We've got this. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual about these I'm not even gonna try the word right now. Sorry, chat. You've said it, Professor. Miko said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. We're pushing it. As I said from the outset, I believe your innocence. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? Dang, dude. Calm down.
Oh my.
Getting defensive. If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet. It ain't even begun yet. Oh. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Yeah. You tell him. Indeed. Prosecutor, please continue with proceedings. We haven't even gotten anywhere yet where we can start questioning. Hello? I'm ready to question some people.
It's already been an hour of just reading.
I know, I don't think the reading's ever gonna end. You know, Minnie calls me a saint, but I can be a devil when I'm— You can be a saint? I'm calling bull. A few short moments from now. In a few short moments from now, that— oof, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. Excuse me? The prosecution calls its next witness. But we didn't even get to question the waiter. Who's the next witness? Oh? Witnesses, kindly state your name and occupation for the court. Yes, sir. The great Imperial Army Sergeant Noza reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employees find articles of antiquity from of our nation and conduct my trade from— oh, so many words. Humble premises in the 2nd District at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question. Always post-noon. Interesting. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curious with which I make my business. I don't think I read that right, but we're gonna go with it. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. Huh?
I was just gonna say that you're doing so well, honey.
I'm glad you think so.
You're doing so great.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so.
Mwah.
Mwah. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. Hydration break. Why did I just get a message?
You did? Oh, I wonder who that's from.
That lady. Oh,
Must have been me.
I think there's something.
Oh, there is.
Street.
Wait, did you mean stream? Or
Minute.
okay.
How was your day? My day was good, thank you. Been really good.
Especially when I'm with her.
Always. Always when he's with me. Which very rarely we're without. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with witch clientele. Did I say witch? Did I say witch?
Maybe.
I think I did.
But you're still doing so well, though.
I meant rich. I think
But you're
I
doing
think
so
I did.
well, though. You're doing a great job, honey.
I don't know where that came from. Like I'm reading the word and still get it wrong. Right, I see. Although to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Interesting. Now you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. Okay. The enemy unit was seen attacking the huh? The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war. Okay, calm down. Don't point at me like that. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms. Okay. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. Sorry, chat. Somebody's playing through something in my server. I gotta make sure they're good. Oh. Okay. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. A strange noise? I didn't hear anything. Did y'all hear anything?
No, I didn't.
I think I might have, just now.
Oh, you did?
I meant you.
Wait, me?
When you're doing that.
I was the sound.
You were the sound. It was you. We figured it out. Yay. So this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. I guess. I don't know. Soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Interesting. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Okay, lock in, chat. I think this is our time. Yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir. Unsavory.
Just to get here.
I know. Unsavory memories are the most. Why we gotta use big words? Little words for cat to understand. Witness testimony is what the witnesses saw. Here we go. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Okay. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine gold curio to the military gentleman. Okay. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's action with my own eyes. Oh, I heard the sound then. Black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian and from the back. Oh, uh-oh. No, that's a contradictory statement right there. It was not from the back. We've already been told it was from the front. The cowardly little weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously precious curio. How do you lose a curio, dude? Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. No, he didn't. He just lied. He saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. Okay, enough with the sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What times we live in when an English gentleman may be sailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. He already got the facts wrong. Let me at him. Let me at him. Is it true, Ryu? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. Okay. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang. Well, that's the truth. There was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. Yeah, I've already picked it up. There is. You must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness. Got it. Cross-examine? Do it now. As we have heard, Your Excellency, there's no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. Is not. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. No, it doesn't. Therefore, it is my grave duty. I wasn't finished reading that! What in the name of the Emperor and the meaning is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands its right to cross-examination. Dear me, dear me. Oh, hush. Let me guess. The headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Did he know? Gee, I wonder. Prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? The defense is asserting its right to cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. You tell him. It's so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witness. Alright, this is where the battle really begins. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross. I know. I've been here before. Isn't it obvious you have to expose the lies in the witness's statements? How? You didn't fire the gun, which means that what the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go. Don't let them beat you. Alright then, it's all or nothing. Yay, let's do it. Cross-examination. Oh god.
Cat? Did you mute?
Sorry, chat.
Butterflies. They're also
I like butterflies, but not that. Alright, chat. Do this examination, then I might be out of here. I was ingesting. Okay, we already read this. With the old man. Uh-huh. Myself, I was the okay. I observed the enemy. Okay. And from the back. Yeah, it was not from the back though. It says clearly to the chest. He was shot from the front. Okay. I'm keeping my feet up. Alright. I think this is it. Why is everybody dot dot dot? Why is everybody dot dot dot? What? What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache. Okay. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? What do you mean? He just said he was shot in the back. He was clearly shot in the chest. Hello? Well, obviously that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. You better get them out. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this. Is it really not going to count? This is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. What are you talking about? It's apparent from the single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. Yes! What? Sergeant Noza. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir. Enough with the sir! Yes. But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Come on, dude, out with it. Because... Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Ah. Yeah, what now, huh? Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Oh, is that a baby? Okay. What was that? Something just popped up from behind him, his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were, oh my gosh, it's a whole baby. Firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Nosa, did not see the defendant firing the gun at all. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Oh, shoot. Oh, he went there. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. Clearly not. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Treasure? Indeed. My prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is to place a particular trinket of interest from my shop. In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you. On the day under scrutiny, it was a military man that I believe. Mind if I didn't? But I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished. Coban vanished? Hunting around under the table, I was in case mayhap it had fallen there, and then it happened. Heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Coban was lost to me. No doubt some scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. Uh-oh. As I'm sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard is inconclusive. No matter how our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, prosecutor? Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. What? My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their next statement, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryu. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well, the court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? Clear as glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative, the newest member of the Noza family to rise up through the ranks, sir. It would seem those straps are a sign of a sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. Okay. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. No, it's not. Yeah, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in black. That much myself I did see. Just said you saw nothing. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Lies. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the over and out. Okay. These testimonies are certainly compelling. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her. Ew, I don't like his voice. If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel? Indeed, at the table at which the victim was dining, taken immediately after the incident. As you can plainly be seen, there is only one place set. Okay. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. Photographic print, a bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen on the victim's table. I don't understand what's going on here. It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witnesses' testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I will have contributed to these two great empires is an honor. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryu. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examination to cross-examine the witness, but make it quick, understood? Rules can be so unbending at times. I don't know if I caught anything in that testimony. But we'll see. Alright, let me look at the evidence from quick. Okay. I don't know if there's... even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment, it's almost the same thing. Pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad, black. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed. Indeed, alone he was. Therefore, no one other. I don't know. Chad, I don't know. Fine time. I've told you already that was only because I'd pick it up off the floor. Obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away. I had just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor. I picked it up. And at exactly that moment... Okay. Gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond our control, life is. Sorry, what do you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up. This testing predicament. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up from the floor. Equally testing predicament as a result. Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you, but you just said you didn't. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises. You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. Shut up. Hmm. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. Third day of the incident. So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. Explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case, but I think it does. I wonder, what do you think? Well, it's hard to say how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think. I think it may be useful. Any evidence would be useful. Ask for it to be submitted. If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be, not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern. Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. Beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well, the court will grant the defense request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court counts record. Counsel? For things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused. Indeed alone he was. What does the medical record say, though? Medical report card. That does nothing for us. Unfortunately for you, defendant, it's not just a case of these two. Okay. Oh, that was, we didn't, oh, okay. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got there. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. Perhaps we should examine it a little more detail. How exactly? And spare magnifying glass. Press A and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Got it. Rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from angles. Move the cross. Start to. Okay, press. Investigate further. See if there's something. Alright, let's look. Okay. Clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life, and I remember even though I felt awful already, I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to have. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Interesting. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. And there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with anesthesia. Extraction of a molar. You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice. I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can be actually stop you feeling pain. There's a cautionary note for the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Okay. This new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. I think it's time we... Don't you? Definitely. Huh. Ah, I see. Well, I think... Remember you. Call yourself a lawyer. I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally under the circumstances. I wouldn't worry about it. Cross-examination you carried out when you raised your hand straight up like that. So purposefully. You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Tell him, or you. This is a medical report card belonging to the victim. And I don't see what of it, boy. Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish... Dude, let him speak. Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. Remember, Ryu, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Let's see. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court have heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there was no one else besides this pale-faced pupil. I wasn't finished reading that. Do you really believe that? That outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because which issued the report card, the dental clinic. A dental clinic, is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result the victim had been forbidden from eating. Uh-oh. Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. No, that can't. What, boy, what? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim... What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Because the victim, as we know now, you just kind of came out of nowhere, had just had one of his...
Still have listened to you.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Expertly done, partner. Oh my gosh, not objection again. These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's tape. Oh my. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? Uh-oh. You tell him. How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant... What did I say? No, it was the way the sentence was worded kind of threw me off a little bit. Wouldn't you agree? I can multitask. You're supposed to. Having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Really? Who in fact was eating the pictured beef steak? Court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready. He's already told y'all. That means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been the mysterious woman they've been talking about. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. Oh my gosh. There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak at his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. Yeah, you tell him. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through the ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentless. Are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, counsel, I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them. These two witnesses in the stand. What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with the evidence that the victim was not alone. But if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, uh-oh. Obviously, you will be charged with perjury. Oh no. Perjury.
Oh, yeah.
And since this is a murder trial, you also be deemed complicit in the killing. Uh-oh. Somebody's gonna get got. Negative. I mean negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. Uh-oh. I was just following orders. Uh-oh. That's right, as the man says. Just say, you know, the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Uh-oh. Oh? What? What did you just say? Oh, no. You were just following orders. Say you never saw the gentlewoman. Uh-oh. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Oh, like you don't know. Is this true, you pair? Just one. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order, counsel. Explain what is going on here. Painfully clear now, you tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? That's classified. You're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Interesting. Any ideas who might be behind this? If we confirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouth shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we take any firm accusations. Interesting. But how can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? Before We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. That's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please wait, Your Excellency. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this? Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout first name that comes to mind. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... And you know what, chat? I think we're going to end that here for the day. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of The Great Ace Attorney. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we'll be back tomorrow with more Tomodachi.
Yes.
But until then, bye-bye.
Bye bye.